In a daring announcement, scientists claim to have discovered a new planet unlike anything previously known. NASA, renowned for its groundbreaking discoveries, has revealed that this celestial body is not only fascinating because of its size and unusual location, but because it emits light that appears to be artificial. Are we on the verge of uncovering secrets that could transform our understanding of the universe? Could this strange discovery indicate the existence of intelligent life elsewhere? As we explore NASA's most remarkable recent findings, we may be approaching the truth behind these extraordinary lights. It all began in 2007 when NASA launched the Dawn spacecraft. Its mission was to explore some of the most mysterious and intriguing objects in our solar system. Unlike traditional missions that focus on a single target, Dawn was designed to study two of the largest bodies in the asteroid belt, Vesta and Ceres. Equipped with cutting-edge ion propulsion technology, Dawn became the first spacecraft to orbit two extraterrestrial destinations. These ion engines, though weak in thrust, allowed Dawn to make a long and precise journey that conventional chemical propulsion simply couldn't achieve. After reaching Vesta and conducting a 14-month detailed study of this massive asteroid, the spacecraft performed an unprecedented maneuver, leaving Vesta's orbit and heading toward a new, unexplored world, the dwarf planet Ceres. Discovered in 1801 by Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazzi, Ceres is the largest object in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Once considered a planet, then reclassified as an asteroid, Ceres found its rightful place in 2006 when it was officially designated a dwarf planet. With a diameter of about 950 kilometers, Ceres holds the title of the most massive body in the asteroid belt. And what makes it even more intriguing is that, unlike typical rocky asteroids, it may contain substantial amounts of water ice. This composition sets it apart and hints at a history, and possibly a present, more dynamic than anyone imagined. Scientists eagerly awaited Dawn's close approach. For decades, the only image we had of Ceres was a blurry picture captured by the Hubble Space Telescope. But with Dawn's high-resolution imaging and scientific instruments, a new chapter in planetary science was about to begin. When Dawn began sending back images of Ceres in early 2015, scientists were astonished by what they saw. Among the craters, ridges, and surface features, something stood out: strange, bright white spots scattered across the otherwise dark surface of the dwarf planet. These glowing patches were especially prominent in a crater known as a crater. Immediately, the scientific community began debating, what were these luminous spots? Initial speculation ranged from surface ice to mineral deposits, to possible indicators of ongoing geological activity. Could they be some sort of reflection from exposed ice? Or were they the byproducts of volcanic eruptions, not of molten rock, but of briny water erupting through cracks in the surface? As more images and data arrived, it became clear that these were not isolated patches. The brightest spot in a crater was actually a cluster of several reflective regions, suggesting a dynamic and complex process at work. The leading theory is that these bright regions are composed of sodium carbonate, a type of salt left behind when salty water sublimates into space. This discovery offered strong evidence that Ceres had subsurface reservoirs of liquid, or brine, that may have once reached the surface through cryovolcanism. Cryovolcanism is a process unlike anything we see on Earth. Instead of molten rock, these cold volcanoes erupt with a mixture of water, ammonia, and salts. When exposed to the vacuum of space, the liquid rapidly turns into gas, leaving behind bright mineral deposits. This process is rare, but it tells us a lot about how bodies like Ceres evolve. It also hints at the potential for life, since liquid water is one of the key ingredients. Ceres, it turns out, may not be a dormant world. Some of the bright spots appear relatively young, and transient hazes observed in a crater suggest recent or ongoing sublimation, meaning that briny water could still be seeping up from below, evaporating, and leaving behind salt. The very idea that such activity might still be happening today, in such a remote and unassuming body, was a revelation. Before the Dawn mission, few expected Ceres to be anything but a cold, dead rock. But as it turns out, it's more like a frozen, salty ocean world. And that's not all. The Dawn spacecraft also detected ammonia-bearing clays on Ceres' surface. This was unexpected, because ammonia doesn't naturally occur in high concentrations in the inner solar system. Its presence suggests that Ceres may have formed farther out, possibly beyond the orbit of Neptune, before migrating inward to its current position in the asteroid belt. This theory adds to the growing realization that the early solar system was far more chaotic and dynamic than once believed. Ceres has an interior that's just as interesting as its surface. Beneath its crust lies a mantle of rock and ice, possibly hiding large pockets of salty water. Models suggest that nearly 50% of Ceres' volume could be water-based, making it one of the most water-rich bodies in the solar system, second only to some of the icy moons like Europa or Enceladus. These findings force us to rethink what qualifies as a potential habitat for life. While Ceres may lack the internal heat of larger worlds, the presence of water, salts, and even the possibility of organic compounds gives it a surprising level of potential. Could microbial life exist beneath its surface, in some hidden pocket of brine? Could past life have left behind signs we've yet to recognize? As Dawn orbited Ceres, mapping its terrain and analyzing its composition, the mystery of the bright spots deepened. A Cater crater became the focal point of much speculation. Named Faculae, these spots are among the brightest features in the solar system, in stark contrast to Ceres' dark, dusty surface. The central dome inside a Cater hints at a collapsed feature, perhaps the remnant of a subsurface reservoir. The salt deposits likely formed from water seeping up through fractures, freezing near the surface and eventually sublimating. Dawn's spectrometer confirmed these were not just simple ice reflections, they were mineralogical markers, speaking to a rich and active chemical history. In addition to a Cater, other bright spots have been found scattered across Ceres. Some are linked to small impact craters, others seem unrelated to any obvious geological feature. Their distribution raises further questions. Is this activity global? Are there ancient cryovolcanoes buried under Ceres' surface, waiting to be discovered? All of this paints a very different picture of the asteroid belt's largest resident. Once thought to be a leftover piece of space rubble, Ceres is now viewed as a complex, layered, and potentially active world. And in a solar system where nearly every icy moon we study seems to hide liquid beneath its crust, Ceres fits right into the pattern. The implications stretch far beyond one dwarf planet. If a body as small and isolated as Ceres can host water and remain geologically active, then perhaps these conditions are far more common than we once believed. The universe may be teeming with icy worlds, each with their own oceans, their own heat, and their own mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Could the bright lights on Ceres be more than geological activity? Some fringe theories, of course, suggest artificial origins, but there's no solid evidence for that. Still, the very fact that we're finding these features, that we're asking these questions, shows just how much our curiosity has evolved. Dawn's mission officially ended in 2018, after the spacecraft ran out of fuel. But its legacy lives on. The data it returned continues to be studied, analyzed, and debated. Its journey proved that even small, faint worlds can tell us enormous stories. And it showed us that even the darkest corners of the solar system can shine with unexpected light. What do you think? Could Ceres hold more secrets beneath its surface? Is this tiny world trying to tell us something about the origins of life, or about the strange, unseen mechanisms of the universe? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most mysterious discoveries in space exploration, remember to like the video and subscribe for more science, space, and cosmic wonders. The journey doesn't end with Earth. It never has.